So here we're just quickly showing you some of the different accessory sets that you'll have with your global dipping cabinets. Right here are actually frost shields. So the purpose of these is that you can put them on the side of the cabinet, and that way as the frost builds up on this, you can simply just slip the magnetic side off, take it to the back with your washer, clean it, and then go back inside. While this does not replace the weekly hard defrost, meaning turning your unit off, that you need to do, this is a great way to make sure that you have less frost and less condensation. So especially if you're in a high humidity area, you're near the beach, these are great additions to really make sure that your cabinet's looking good and you're having a clean cabinet. And then going on, we see this is just an example of the sidewalls and the cutouts for your gelato pans. It's very important that you always talk to your distributor to make sure that you're getting the correct gelato pans. These are formulated for plastic Cambro size 1/3 pans, and they have special codes that you need to follow to make sure you're ordering the right pan. So always reach out to your global distributor to make sure you're getting that right part. And here on the sidewalls, you'll notice that these are not the same sidewalls as what's used on a RoPac kit. And then we also have the low profile caster series. So this is really great. These are nice and low, and what happens on this is it snaps right in on the side. It's very easy to assemble right from the side of the pallet or just lifting it up with some help. But these will only go forward and backward. So this is what the low profile caster kit looks like. And then your final caster kit that you have available is going to be your actually full casters with two that have brakes, and these give you 360 spin. You would pre-assemble them here, and then you would put them under your cabinet. And moving down the line, your final is the original dipper well made in the USA, and then your dipper well set will be added. There are pre-drilled screws. It is so important that you do not drill into the side of the unit and the Freon, because you can damage it if you are drilling into a place that is not already pre-drilled. So now that you've seen how simply it is to have your RoPac kit, you should know that if you order the machine with the RoPac kit, it'll come with those side rails already on there, and the only thing you'll need to do is place your collars down there. This collar RoPac kit, you have to understand, is made specifically for global units, and it's made to make sure that you're not getting a lot of movement around as you're dipping. I'm using a lot of force, more than the force you'd use in scooping, and my 3-gallon RoPac is staying just great. These dividers here, you don't have to put them in this space and this space. They can be anywhere you want. They're just to give tension so that you have a really strong system. I'd also like to draw your attention to the fact that on our RoPac system, there has a lip that when you saw it going in, this lip is longer than a lot of the competitors, giving you a better solid grip on your collar system. The unit also will come with a set of flavor descriptions, which you can then line up right here showing your flavors as well. On the RoPacs, you have to know that, again, that does not come with the RoPac buckets itself. It will just come with the collars and the side rails that you saw. A lot of people also will put their RoPacs down below here. In the different global models, you're going to have a CKDC 47, and that's going to give you a 8 dip. Then you have a CKDC 67 Visi Dipper wide. That's going to give you a 12 dip. And then you have a CKDC 87 VW or Visi Dipper wide, which is going to give you a 16 dip. And so in the top of your unit, you're going to be able to get the amount that the racking system is, and then you're going to get, if you look at the spec sheet, it'll tell you how many buckets you can keep down below there as well in your storage. Because many operators are going to keep buckets below. After they're out of a flavor, they'll pull this bucket out, and then they can pull up, just by taking the collar out, they will pull up the next flavor, or they have another global unit in the back, which they have on hand for their other ice cream. You might see RoPacs around, you might see cardboard containers, and it's just really important that you make sure that they actually are two different racking systems. So especially if you're kind of new to the business or you've inherited a global unit, you need to make sure that you don't assume that one racking system will work with the other. RoPac is for RoPac, and then your can skirt kits are for your more traditional cardboard and wholesale cans. What you also might want to know is that you don't actually have to always use a 3-gallon bucket. RoPacs are sold in 2.5 gallons and even a 1-gallon bucket. The top perimeter is always the same, so this collar kit will continually work even if you're using a smaller size bucket. notice as the assembly is happening that they have been left a 1/4 inch of space right here, and that's because this notch right there has to slide in there. So it's important that you leave that 1/4 inch of space right there as you're doing your can skirt kit installation. Also, what that 1/4 inch does is allows you to have airflow, so you have an even freezing and you have your product being at the best stable temperature. So it's brand new and that rubber is tough. In time that'll get easier. So this is how it would get around. You can see on the bottom that it's the rubber sides that are giving you the tension. That way as you're scooping you're not getting movement. And so this might be the easiest way for you to kind of put it in there. In time as they wear in it'll slide right in and you'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and put this back into the dipping cabinet and you'll see what that looks like. On these can skirts, these racks right under it are giving it support. That way as you're going ahead and dipping, they're holding them in place. And then we also have a center divider which we're going to show you that can give some tension. Once you have everything in line, you're going to add a tensioning rod. On the 47 and 67 models, there's only going to be one, and on the 87 model, there's going to be two. And then so what this allows you to do is this allows you to go ahead and have the tension so that way your kit isn't moving around and then making it hard for your scoopers. So then once your tension's here, this will add tension to all the rest of the can skirts, and then you'll be able to dip. So this is the Global Can Skirt Kit for many customers who are buying wholesale ice cream or happen to be making their ice cream and then putting it into their own cardboard containers. This is the option that you would want to have added on to your Visi Dipper series. So we're going to be continually showing you some of the accessories that can come with your global dipping cabinet. This is a CKDC 67 Visi Dipper Wide. The wide meaning that we have more working space back here. In this gelato pan racking kit, it's important that you saw in the video that there was a white round plastic spacer that could go behind the hand screws. That spacer allows you to have tension in the racking kit. And what you're also going to see soon is you're going to be seeing that we have some frost shields. These magnetic frost shields are great and very easy to use. You can come in the morning on the days that you haven't actually done a hard defrost, just simply take them off and then you can take them and rinse them and put them back on. This allows some great things to happen. One, no ice is going into your product on accident. Two, it looks cleaner. And then three, you get a better even cooling within the system. The other thing that we want to remind you about in the gelato racking kit is that there needs to be a small little gap on the dipping side of the cabinet. This allows airflow to come up and down as you're opening and closing the cabinet and allowing your product to be at the most perfect consistency and temperature. And as we'll show you in this video, there are also going to be Cambros that you need to make sure you use, and there's a certain size to them, so make sure you see the video note showing you which size to use. They do not come with the unit, you would get them separately. You'll see then that the technicians then added the racking kit, which is the stainless steel, and you can hold your pans there. And then showing you right here is how easy these frost shields come right off. There's another accessory that we really think would be helpful for you, your night covers. These night covers can go on top of row packs, they can go on top of gelato pans. And why I really like the night covers is this is actually allowing the machine to not work as hard when cooling overnight because it's keeping some of that cold there. And that means your electric bill is going down, which every owner-operator is wanting. And it also means that there's not going to be any condensation or anything getting inside the product. And that way when people are cleaning it at night, they're not actually dropping anything in it. So night covers are a really great extra accessory. The last two things that we need to talk about in our global CKDC Visi Dipper Wide series are the casters. There are two styles of casters. One is the low profile caster that only moves forward and backwards, and then the other is going to be your true swivel caster, which will have two wheels with brakes and then two wheels with not, but it'll be 360 swivel and about 4 inches above rising it up. So you'll want to talk to your electrician and plumber and contractor when deciding which type of casters you want to have. The casters will not come on the machine and you will need to put them on. In the next video segment, we will show you how to add both the low profile and high profile or 4-inch casters to your Visi Dipper Wide units. All right, so you've seen that we have added our wheels to the base here, and what I want to draw your attention to is it's kind of a tough thing, but you need to look very closely. One of these panels has a smaller lip, okay, and you'll see high lip, high lip, high lip. This one's smaller. This is going to be the operator side, okay, and it's going to be the side right by the digital control or the compressor right there where this one's going to go, and that means you want this one, the operator side, to have the brakes there. So this is for your high, not your low profile caster series. So you'll assemble this and then you'll go ahead and put it on, and we'll show you that next. But it's important that your compressor side and operator side have the brakes and then the shallower divot right there. So the other part is just showing you the low profile. These will come already fully assembled, and then you will just connect them. There's not a left or a right, it's universal, and so you'll just connect those on. So we'll show you how to connect these and how to connect your low profile. But this is something that you want to really think about with your contractor, again, and looking at the height difference. Certain local regulations want you to be able to move it fully all around. They want you to be able to move it back and forth, or maybe you have a drain line there. So the consideration of what type of wheels you're going to have is just as important as deciding what kind of racking kit you're going to use. This dip well can be drilled anywhere along the pre-drilled holes, and your plumber or your local health inspector will advise you on any local regulations around the dip well. It's very simple, and again, you should have a plumber, professional plumber, and your inspector advise you on any aspects of your dip well.
For the 67VY, I'm turning the power on, get ready to show you how to work the digital control. It has a delay on it, that's what that little dot is flashing on, but I can also go ahead on and hit the set button, and you release, you'll see 2.5. If you want to change the degrees on your refrigerator, you go up here, and that'll take it down, or you can go here, the snowflake, and it'll take it up, but we send our boxes out at a negative 2.5. And also you can hold this set button again. It's got a password if you want to go to enter the parameters, but I advise you, if you don't know what you're doing, don't go into any of the parameters, let you talk to one of the service guys. You'll see a P5, you hit P5 again, the password is 123, set, then you can go all through the parameters. And once you finish with that, hit and hold set again, and you go back to normal.
And then one of the most important things to know is that when you're looking at the temperature on the screen, that is not always going to exactly represent the temperature of the product. So you should be basing your temperatures and your adjustments on the scoopability of the product, not just what the screen is showing. The other thing too, as a reminder, is every 1 degree you change, you should wait 4 hours that change to happen. Changing your temperature by more than 1 degree defeats the purpose of testing and dialing in the cabinet to your needs.